Right, just a warning before I begin. If you're after something concise and to the point and not just a chit-chat, then stop the video now and dislike or something. But if you're happy for me to just waffle on for a bit, then stay tuned. Stay tuned, yes. Right, if you're anything like me and you've kind of stumbled across this video, then you might like pads. So what do I mean by pad? I mean pad in a musical sense. And I, of course, just went onto Google and looked up pad. And this is the first thing I got. What is the definition of a pad? Someone asks the question. And my definition of a pad is something that is used to fill in the space of a piece, usually with chords. I think that's quite a nice. And then if you add to this, employed for background harmony and atmosphere in much the same fashion that a string section is often used in orchestral music. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about synth pads. I just love them. There's something about them that I don't know. I just can't get enough of them. Anyway. And recently I found this software. It's nothing new, but it's pretty new to me. I mean, updated 2015. So this has clearly been around for ages. This is the UHe or UHe or Diva software. It's a sort of VST3 plugin of an analog synth, and it sounds amazing. It's if you want pads, it's the perfect thing to have, and I just couldn't resist buying it. I don't have $180 to throw around on random VST plugins that I might mess about with for a bit, but probably won't use to make that much music. And I'm not an expert in this bit of software at all. I mean, I just play around with it and tweak it and do pretty much what probably a lot of people do. I don't think many people go onto a VST plugin and know what every single knob does and tweak it perfectly. I'd love someone to teach me at some point exactly how a synth works, start to finish. But I don't know. I tweak, I play, I discover, find out good sounds, and I just love Diva. So I wanted to show it you today and just have a quick look through some of those pads. So here we are in Ableton. And if I drop this on, oh, there we go. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why Ableton, I've made Ableton 150% in the view section, which is why it looks all kind of massive and Fisher pricey. I probably might regret that, actually, because it doesn't give me much space, but I thought I might as well, seeing as I don't need to do too much. So here we go. Here's Diva. And, I mean, even just out of the box, I've just got this hooked up to my Akai 25 key thing at the moment, so I haven't got much scope as far as playing it is concerned. Straight off the bat, I've just got 25 keys here, so that's just, I think even that sounds nice, and that's the default. So let's put the accuracy up to divine. Not sure what difference that makes, but it makes a bit of CPU difference, so I'm going to put it on multi-core here as well. And initially show you the one that sold it to me. This preset here, BS Deep Space Diva. Who's this one by? Thor Scorpio. Is that a person? Or is that a nickname of a person? I don't know. Anyway, this is the one that sold it to me. It's just glorious to listen to. Now, I know I'm kind of overdoing it a bit. Yes, it's just a pad, but doesn't it sound amazing? That little tweak at the end there was just with one of my one of the knobs on my MIDI controller here. So if we drop it down a bit, it sounds like this. Which to me sounds like the start of a program that used to be on BBC One in 1983 or something like that, called The Tripods. It's not actually that key, I don't think. I think it's which I don't know which key it was. No, it's not that key. I'm not pitch perfect, but I can kind of hear when it's right or not. And it's not that one, but it's kind of close to that. Anyway, yeah, that's BS Deep Space Diva, and it was that preset that I just use so often now. I mean, I can just sort of fill in sections, let's stick it up an octave. And of course, there's loads of other stuff on this as well. You know, you've got kind of your bass and leads and polysynth and dream synth, but it is mainly these kind of polysynth and dream synths that I like myself. So let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at New Kingston. Sorry about that. I've got, oh, that's bad, isn't it? I've got a bit of clipping going on there. Let me just reduce the out. I'm not sure if that's on the synth or whether it's on my master. Hold on a second. It's on the actual synth itself, so. Now, of course, I'm just doing random chords here. I'm just kind of doing various sort of seventh and ninths and what have you on this keyboard. If I'm honest, I'm making it up with a bit of an educated guess, and it still sounds great because it's a pad, and that's what it does. It's just sort of meant to fill in the background. It's not meant to be anything like super. It doesn't have to be anything super precise. So let's just try a couple more. Well, hippie chimes. You see, I wouldn't obviously go for that just because of the name of it, but let's see what that one is. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Brontosaur. A lot of the time it's the HS ones that I like as well. Sunstring, so that's obviously just going to be a pad as well, isn't it, I think? Let's try something a little different. And so let's go to some of the leads and see what the leads sound like. So I'm going to actually stick a bit of reverb on this. It's a little bit flat sounding on its own. So let's just push a bit of reverb into that as well. I think some of these are actually only meant to be played with one key at once, so I'm trying to do chords here, which probably, as it's a lead particularly. That's me somewhat randomly trying to shove it up an octave on this keyboard. It's not that easy to do while you're actually playing. Right, what's this one? Alright, somehow that took me down a sort of organ style. So yeah, this is Diva. And if you like pads, I mean, it does a lot more than that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sell it just on pads. I'm not trying to sell it at all, actually. It's nothing to do with me. It cost me however much money. It cost me 170 quid, actually, because the conversion and the tax that gets added, 170 pounds, this plugin. But if you do like pads, this is by far the best VST plugin I've come across that has a big range of pads in it, and a lot of them, a big percentage of them, sound fantastic. So this is the UHe or UHe or someone tell me how that's said. Diva plugin, still on sale, not updated for a while. Hopefully they are still updating it. I know they're looking at working on kind of zebra stuff or zebra stuff at the moment. And do you use this? What do you think of it? Have you used it in the past? Have you used a trial version of it? And I really hope you don't use a cracked version of it, because that's not very nice. This is just one of those bits of software where you really should be giving back to the people who develop this sort of quality stuff. So hopefully you're not using anything that's dodgy. Thank you for watching. And yeah, sorry, a little bit random, but yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you have used it, whatever, and sub to the channel if you like it. Catch you soon. Bye.